What's up, Bills Mafia? Welcome back to Buffalo Beat News, where we break down the biggest stories straight out of one Bills drive like only true fans can. And as always, if you believe in this team's relentless pursuit of greatness, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're growing every day just like our Buffalo Bills, always working to get better, smarter, and tougher. Alright, today's news is a doubleheader that perfectly captures the high-stakes drama of NFL life, contract disputes, division rivalries, and elite-level commitment. We've got one of our very own stars, James Cook, making headlines for his professionalism and quiet strength during a contract standoff. And on the other side of the ball, literally and figuratively, Rasul Douglas, the lockdown corner, who's now a free agent, is being chased by none other than the Miami Dolphins. Let's break this down like insiders, shall we? First, let's talk about Rasul Douglas, the man who brought steel to our secondary during a critical part of the 2023 season. If you remember, the Bills pulled off a savvy trade at the deadline, flipping a third and fifth round pick to bring Douglas over from the Packers. And let's not sugarcoat it, Rasul balled out. In 2024, he played 15 games in a Bills uniform, racking up 58 total tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, and 5 pass breakups. The man didn't just fill a need, he brought leadership, IQ, and intensity to a defense that needed to re-establish its swagger. Now fast forward to this week, and boom, Josina Anderson reports that Douglas got an offer from the Miami Dolphins. But here's the twist, he didn't move on it. Yep, Rasul didn't accept, didn't bite, didn't flinch. According to Anderson, multiple teams are still in the hunt for his services. And you know what that tells us, Douglas knows his worth. He knows he's not just another rotational guy, he's a potential game changer in the right system. And clearly, he doesn't see Miami as that place. Can't say we blame him. But let's think about this from the Bills' perspective. We already made the investment, gave up to mid-round picks. We saw him fit in with our scheme, with our guys. He's physical, he's smart, he studies the game, and he brings that gritty edge this defense thrives on. If he's still on the market, you can bet the Bills' front office is keeping a close eye. Because letting Rasul walk to a division rival like Miami, that would sting. And not just emotionally, strategically, with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle terrorizing secondaries. The Dolphins are always one piece away from turning the tide in the AFC East. Douglas in aqua and orange? That's a worst-case scenario. Now let's flip the page to the offense. And folks, this is where the story gets even more Buffalo. James Cook, our quiet star in the backfield, is entering the final year of his rookie contract, and let's be honest, he's vastly outplayed the deal. Back-to-back 1,000-plus yard seasons, led the league in rushing touchdowns last year. Come on now, that's not just production. That's elite-level performance. Now the buzz all off-season was that Cook would hold out, maybe even skip mandatory workouts to force the Bills' hand. And frankly, no one would have blamed him. He's asking for a fair market deal, somewhere around $15 million per year, putting him in the same conversation as guys like Barkley and McCaffrey. But here's what happened instead. James Cook showed up, not just for the team, but for the fans, for his teammates. And as he put it, for his family, in his own words, it's my job. I gotta participate so I won't get fined. Just come out here and show them that I'm ready to go, or in what I gotta go get. Man, if that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what will. This is what being a Buffalo Bill is all about. Cook didn't sulk, didn't pout. He laced up, hit the field, and got to work, just like he always does. And by doing so, he sent a powerful message to the organization. I'm here. I'm all in. Now meet me halfway. The front office has been methodical this offseason, locking up key pieces, making smart cap decisions, and drafting well. But now it's time to do the right thing. Lock in James Cook long-term. This isn't just about stats. It's about identity. The Bills have a chance to reward a player who embodies everything this franchise stands for. Work ethic, loyalty, heart, the kind of guy you can build around for the next 5 years. And let's not forget, the market is shifting. Running backs are finally starting to claw back value after years of decline. Saquon got paid. CMC's deal keeps looking like a bargain. And Cook, he's still ascending, still hitting his prime. You don't let that walk. So here we are, Bills Mafia, two very different stories. One about a veteran corner navigating free agency with surgical precision, and one about a rising star running back showing up, grinding, and trusting the process. And both of them reflect exactly what's at stake this season. The AFC East is getting tighter. The Dolphins are pushing. The Jets have Aaron Rodgers healthy again. Even the Patriots are getting frisky with a rookie quarterback and a new energy. We don't have the luxury of standing still. We need to keep our leaders, reinforce our culture, and retain talent that already fits our locker room and playbook. Rasul Douglas may not be back yet, but we hope Brandon Beane is picking up the phone. James Cook. He's earned his bag, and his presence at training camp shows he's serious about Buffalo. Now it's time for the front office to be just as serious. Bills quarterback Josh Allen is known for his fire, his grit, and his jaw-dropping athleticism. But this offseason, Allen revealed a side of himself that fans haven't seen much of, one that's introspective, human, and deeply grounded. In a recent media appearance, Allen spoke candidly about how professional golfer Scottie Scheffler's emotional interview ahead of the Open Championship resonated with him on a personal level. Scheffler, now 29 and at the peak of his golf career, shocked fans when he admitted that golf doesn't fulfill the deepest places of his heart. Let that sink in. A man at the top of his game winning tournaments, racking up prize money on the world's biggest stages, publicly said, "This is not a fulfilling life." Not because he's ungrateful, not because he doesn't love the sport, but because accomplishment alone isn't enough. And guess what? That message landed with Josh Allen in a big way. I really appreciated him sharing those words. Allen said, "It spoke a lot to me." And when your franchise quarterback, the face of the Buffalo Bills, pauses and says something like that, you listen. Allen's response to Scheffler's comments wasn't just a throwaway line, it reflects a deeper evolution in his mindset. At 29 years old, coming off an MVP season and still chasing that elusive Super Bowl ring, Allen is as competitive as ever. But he's also recognizing that life's biggest wins don't always come with confetti falling and cameras flashing. And honestly, that's huge for the Buffalo Bills as a whole, a quarterback who's laser-focused on winning, yet grounded enough to understand that his worth isn't tied solely to a trophy. That's leadership. That's maturity, and that's the kind of mentality that just might help him finally get Buffalo over the hump. Because let's face it, Bills Mafia has been through it all. 4 straight Super Bowl losses in the 90s. Heartbreak after heartbreak in the playoffs, and in recent years, narrow misses that felt just a few inches away from glory. Josh Allen knows that pressure. He feels that weight. But this new perspective might just be his secret weapon. As the 2025 training camp rolls on and the Bills fine-tune their roster for another championship push, Allen isn't just throwing darts in practice or hyping up his receivers. He's leading with purpose. He's showing that winning doesn't just happen on Sundays, it starts with character, clarity, and composure. He's coming into this season with the rare combination of fire and peace. He knows the expectations, he knows what's at stake, and yet, he's grounded in something deeper than headlines and stat sheets. And here's the kicker. Bills fans, this isn't some motivational fluff. This is the mindset shift that separates the greats from the legends. Allen has all the tools: rocket arm, pocket presence, mobility. But what we're seeing now is a quarterback who's embracing the intangibles: wisdom, patience, and emotional resilience. You better believe that message is resonating in the locker room. Young guys like Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, and even veterans like Stefon Diggs' successors, they're watching how Allen carries himself. They're seeing a leader who's not afraid to admit there's more to life than football, while still giving everything he's got on the field. That kind of balance breeds trust. It builds culture. It elevates everyone around you. And let's not forget, this Bills team is built to win now. You've got a top-tier defense, a revamped receiving corps, James Cook back with something to prove, and a coaching staff that's as hungry as ever. What was missing before? Maybe it wasn't just a scheme or a single play. Maybe it was this: a leader fully in tune with his purpose, on and off the field. Last year, Allen silenced all the critics by securing his first NFL MVP award, and yet, when asked about it, his tone was humble, almost dismissive. That's because he knows what the real prize is: the Lombardi Trophy. And for fans wondering if Allen's focus has shifted, don't get it twisted. He's still chasing greatness. He's still fighting to bring a title home to Buffalo. But now, he's doing it with a deeper understanding of who he is beyond the helmet. And that could make all the difference. So what do you think, Mafia? Should the Bills re-sign Rasul Douglas and keep him out of Miami's hands? Should James Cook be locked into a long-term deal before the season even begins? Let's hear it in the comments. Drop your thoughts, your takes, and hey, Even your can track predictions if you're feeling bold. And if you love this kind of deep dive, real-time Bills reporting, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. We're riding into this 2025 season together, and trust me, it's gonna be a wild one. Until next time, this is Buffalo Beat News signing off. Let's go, Buffalo!